alleged living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stocked my bare kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't.
Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's the Ravens in possession of the football as we rejoin the action in the first quarter. They'll start by running the option to the right. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Now it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 19 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
As always, priority number 1 for them is to secure the win this week. But priority number 2, this guy right now who is 6th in the league in rushing. They want to give him that push to get him into the top 5 and really earn their status of being one of the best ground games in the NFL, as well as him being one of the lead backs, too.
Cameron Curl up to make the tackle. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On second down, a run with Dobbins. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40.
That was a good, forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw on that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
He loses 4, and it brings up 4.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Boy, just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the Ravens strike first and 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Our visitors getting set to take over on offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Fields. Finding Williams once more. Complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
Fields on 1st down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Fields. And a quick throw here that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
12 yards as they get to reset the sticks. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc. Nice job there, forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Again, Fields. He finds his man, complete. It's Bradley. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 12-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On 1st down, Fields. They set up the screen to Chubb. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
I like the thought process. I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man, because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Nick Chubb His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Beats are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out. Yeah,
absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Right back to Dobbins on first. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins to about the 26 here.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Third and goal, Jackson. Flushed out, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have regained the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. And I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 more on that one and another first down. And Chubb will try the middle here. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
To throw is Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Now Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And some room. There he goes, right side. The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 64 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Tucker now for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Fields. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And a huge play that time. 45 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fields. And he rifles one incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Back to the air. Fields on 2nd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. It's a 3rd down gain of 10 to pick up the first.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there was another 1st down run right there.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They snap it to Fields. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jamison Williams. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Beats' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the 1st down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a 1st down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Extra point by York is up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on. Both sides moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Making the tackle there, Martin Emerson. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Jackson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year as they have taken the lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. "38-yard line, 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Fields. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. That's caught by Waller out left side. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready and looked for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that.
Touchdown! Jameson Williams as the first half is winding down. And the Beats have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And some room to run now. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson being chased out left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll kick things off with an AFC matchup at MetLife Stadium. Pittsburgh taking on the New York Jets. And it's the Jets who have the lead in the second quarter. Elijah Moore, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Matt Corral has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Amari Cooper, a touchdown catch in that first half. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
They run it again with Chubb. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. You know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Throwing on third down, Fields. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. His first catch of this third quarter, he had 7 in the first half. It's also a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They go with Chubb on second down. And not much room to speak of. They'll get about 3 up to the 41. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Right side to Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Fields. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 17 yards there on third down as they pick up a 1st and 10.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Eluding the pressure right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jamison Williams, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Beats have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
And that third counter there, them the lead, and it's obvious.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
The York on now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Another run here with Dobbins. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 176 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Anderson. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. An option handoff here to Dobbins. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. An option handoff given to Connor. Now he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends from the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys are excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. One more time with Dobbins. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Tucker with the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Looking to throw. Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And here we go on 4th down. Fields. He's got this, complete to Williams. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 77 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Handoff comes to Chubb. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Flush to his right. There's another catch by the running back, Nick Chubb. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Beats answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. On third down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action yet. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. The drive will start with an option going left. Shreds him with a stiff arm. Down the numbers. There he goes. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Ravens have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run. Football, that his second touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards for number 11.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Fields. This is caught by Williams. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
129 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Michel. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Looking to throw. Fields. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. 4 yards the pickup, first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscle all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Back to throw. Fields. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now we'll see a timeout. Used on defense as they stop. Right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And Chubb will try the middle here. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Back to throw, Fields.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football.
And now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So Lamar Jackson in the offense, down by 10, a minute 50 to play. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery, but first things first. 1st and 10.
Jackson to throw.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Throwing, Jackson. This is Anderson.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Jackson trying to hustle his unit up quickly to the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw is on target to Duvernay.
First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Now Jackson. Right back to Duvernay. That's complete.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs.
Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Jackson.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And they got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. One last shot for Jackson. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. And this is going to be recovered by the Hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout.